What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Muffed Podcast. My name is Boaz, and across from me
is Lameter.
we're back. Yeah, we were gone for a week. Technical difficulties. We'll say that. We'll leave it at that. But we're back. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
We're here.
So find a way to
Let's get him with a double episode this week.
Yeah, double. Yeah. Let's hit him. We might hit you guys with a Thursday episode. So this one might be a little bit shorter, but we'll make sure it's a banger still. Always putting on bangers. So let's talk about the Niners one. We're 2-0.
Okay, yeah. So 2-0 is just very surprising.
That's good. Yeah,
Many
we're
people
in
were writing this
a good
off.
category.
Yeah, it's some elite company.
Yeah.
Along with the Buffalo Bills, probably the most elite team out there. No, I really do like this Buffalo team.
I don't know why. You're a Buffalo bandwagon.
No, I'm not a bandwagon. It's just a team I have.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I don't think anybody would want a bandwagon in Buffalo.
Yeah, so anyways, so the 49ers had a huge win. Jimmy Garoppolo looked pretty sharp aside from that one interception.
That Kyle Shanahan game plan.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan's game plan. The running game was flawless. The defense was pretty good, even without Nick Bosa playing as well as he did in the first week and Dee Ford being out for a little bit at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I think they did play very well, and Quan is definitely a game changer, which is a very good thing to hear.
Yeah, Robert Saleh, last couple of years we've been talking about maybe he gets cut, he gets fired. He just hasn't been performing, and then this last 2 weeks, it's been the defense, I think, that's been really carrying him to this win. Like, you look at the stats and you see all the rushing yards, but I think if you really look at it, the defense is what propelled them to these 2 wins.
Yeah, I think there is a valid argument out there that people are saying the 49ers haven't played any quality oppositions, but I think that is no reason to write them off because they've had two convincing victories, in my opinion, now. First one riding on the defense and now riding on both offense and defense here. So I think we can't write them off, but I think the real test would be probably that Week 5 Cleveland game or the Week 6 LA game.
I don't know, yeah. Speaking of Cleveland, this week we just saw them, Jets-Browns, so that was yesterday. So that was an interesting game, It definitely went kind of what we kind of thought it was going to go. Trevor Siemian, with the moment you heard Sam Darnold wasn't going to play, it was kind of like, Browns are going to win. But, Trevor Siemian goes down, Luke Falk comes in.
He looked good at times, Luke Falk, I'm not going to lie.
For a third stringer, yeah.
He hasn't played since his last collegiate game, which was a year and a half ago, I want to say, at the Apple Bowl last year.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he played very well for a quarterback who hasn't played in a while. And I think the Browns were a little underwhelming, in my opinion. I expected their offense to be a little more high-flying. Their defense to get some more sacks, which they did in the second half, but the first half definitely underwhelming.
I think really what they're adjusting to is because the last couple of years, I think the one thing, the constant that the Browns have had, they've been a bad team, but their O-line has always been good. And I think with Kevin Zeitler going to the Giants, they kind of they've regressed a little bit in that area. Yeah. So you see Baker is one of the top guys getting sacked. He's up there in sack numbers, and that's not good. Like they need Baker to win.
Yeah, I think the announcer at yesterday's game was saying this a lot, that Baker is having trouble recognizing the type of coverage
that is true.
Defense is throwing at him. He'd identify a certain type of coverage, but then it's different. Yeah, and then he'd be looking at the wrong receiver or reading the progressions wrong, which would probably lead up to the sack, but I think the offensive line does need to do a better job.
I think it plays into each other. If you don't have enough time to address it, if you're just looking at your first read and throwing it, which is what we saw with that Odell Beckham, he threw into double coverage. If he had time to diagnose what was going on, maybe he could find an open guy. But they still won. So regardless, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think that does give them a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
and they're playing the Rams this week. I think they should go into the game with a lot of confidence.
They should, yeah.
We're in for a good one.
They need to prove it because they started off the season really hyped up, and then after that first game to the Titans, all the bandwagon fans disappeared. So they gotta kind of they gotta prove themselves again. They're back with that chip on their shoulder, and I think Baker Mayfield likes it. Like he does not. He's the type of quarterback. He needs a little bit of motivation to just come out there and prove all the haters wrong.
Thrives in adversity.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that was actually honestly them losing to the Titans might have been the best case scenario for them, just to propel them with that motivation.
Yeah, I do agree. One game though, I thought that was very underwhelming. Like the Browns, in my opinion, was the Saints-Rams game. I think it was very
that's
dull
attributed to
game.
Drew Brees. I think it would have been a little better with
Yeah.
Drew Brees playing, but
I think that is a big hit the Saints take
yeah.
because of Drew Brees being gone. I think Taysom Hill might be the better option, looking at what Teddy Bridgewater did last week.
But I think you got to say, like, Teddy Bridgewater was playing with a Drew Brees game plan. If Sean Payton makes a game plan revolved around Teddy Bridgewater's abilities, he can scramble the pocket. He's definitely a lot more mobile than Drew Brees is. He doesn't have the arm of Drew Brees, so I think in that sort of factor, you have to take that apart away. But I think we'll see something interesting. I think Sean Payton, he's an excellent offensive coach. He's one of the best ones in the league. So I think if anybody can figure out how to make the Saints team still win, it will be Sean Payton.
Yeah, I think they could definitely still win, but I'm not one of those people who rate Teddy so highly, because I don't think I never thought he was a good quarterback even before the injury.
I think he was an average.
He was
in Minnesota,
average,
he was an average
but
guy.
I think after the injury, he's just been too rusty, and I don't think
That
he
is
showed
true.
me enough to guarantee him being.
Well, we'll see in the first game.
Starting
We'll see
level.
either he shakes off the rust and he starts balling out, or we might have to see Saints go another direction, Taysom Hill, or maybe get somebody off free agency. Colin Kaepernick's still available.
Kaepernick in his last season with the 49ers wasn't as bad as people say he was.
That is true, yeah. But you see all these rumors now with Pittsburgh, because you saw Big Ben, they lost to the Steelers because, I think honestly, it's because of Big Ben he left and Mason Rudolph. Although Mason Rudolph flashed some ability with finding the 2 touchdown pass to Vance McDonald, an old 49er. But I just don't think he can carry the offense the same way Big Ben can. So
I
that's a big
disagree
hit.
with that. I think Mason Rudolph is a blessing in disguise for them.
You think so?
If you remember when Mason Rudolph played at Oklahoma State, they played Oklahoma in one game, and I'm pretty sure they went toe-to-toe with Baker.
Yeah.
It was Baker versus Rudolph.
Yeah.
And I think that was an exciting game. I think Rudolph was very underrated in the draft process. I think he sat 1 year behind Big Ben, who's obviously one of the best quarterbacks still here.
Yeah.
So I think that experience is very valuable for him, and I think he can carry that offense. And it's a whole new slate now, because before it was Ben, AB, and Le'Veon. Le'Veon and AB were gone. And
Killer
you're
bees.
like, restart, but no, because Ben's still there, so you still have Ben, Juju, and Connor.
Yeah.
But now Ben's gone, so it's a new triplets. And I think
Rudolph, Juju, and Connor.
I think that could be the new next coming.
I don't
for
know.
the Steelers.
We'll see what happens, but I heard that Big Ben is going to take some of a more of a quarterback coach type, offensive coordinator type role. So you'll still see his presence in the offense. He'll still be helping out Mason Rudolph and kind of coaching him up on the sideline.
That would be good. That would be good for the
Yeah,
team,
exactly. Yeah. He really won 180 because I remember last year. He said he didn't want to mentor him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. There's potential, I guess. Obviously, you don't know anything. He hasn't played a full game.
Yeah,
This
no one has tape on him. No one knows how to prepare for him. This could be a very interesting matchup for the 49ers.
Which is a little scary, exactly. Coming in as Niners fans,
they don't want to sleep on him.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want the defense coming in thinking this is an easy win, because the Steelers team is beat up. If you look at it on paper, the Niners should be winning this. Obviously, Juju Smith-Schuster is super talented, but on that receiving core, really, I don't see anybody else that's super talented. James Washington kind of has been underwhelming, but I think if James Conner is playing, that's going to be a guy you obviously have to focus on. And their offensive line is really good, so even if Mason Rudolph isn't producing, they can get it through the running game.
Yeah, but I think that was a problem last week too. Their running game
James
wasn't
Conner,
very convincing last week.
He obviously I think everybody knew that he was going to be a little bit worse than last year. It's always like that. Teams get tape when teams figure out your running style. They figure out how to balance you out. So James Conner just has to kind of he's got to sit down. He's got to watch the tape and figure out something new and find a new approach to take on the Niners.
Yeah, I think he can win.
Yeah,
and he's a good young quarterback in my opinion, and I think the Steelers have a good future.
Yeah. But so looking ahead, we're going to be kind of talking about this topic soon. But let's talk about just the Bears and Broncos game. So the reffing, that was pretty much that's the big topic about the game.
I think the reffing mistakes.
Okay, what do you think about Bradley Chubb? Was that?
Yeah, that was not a penalty in my opinion. But I think the reffing mistakes are a problem throughout the entire game in any game. But you have to give them some leeway because they are human.
Yeah.
But I think when it becomes a problem is all these repeated lapses in the most crucial parts of the games, like 4th down, 3rd down. You can't have that.
Yeah, exactly.
The referees need to step that up, or they need to find a new way to officiate cameras or whatever they need to do.
You would think, with the replays that you wouldn't see this happen.
This wasn't a problem a couple of years ago, I think the reffing has become a bigger problem recently.
I think we become too dependent on the video and
Yeah.
the challenges and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So the
But
refs need to
what do you
step
think
it
is the
up.
worst penalty? Do you think the Saints one, Cam Jordan taking it back for a touchdown?
Yeah, I didn't know what that.
That was a fumble. I think that.
Yeah, I didn't know what that they were calling there.
Yeah.
That was pretty convincingly a fumble.
The Bradley Chubb one, I can kind of see because he did put his weight down a little bit, and then you saw that in the Jets game when Myles Garrett came. I think it was Myles Garrett who came on a sack on Trevor Siemian. You could see what the effect of putting your weight on it. Trevor Siemian broke his leg because of, or he tore some sort of ligament in his leg because of that. So I could see how that could cause an injury, which is like not something you'd want to, I guess. You wouldn't want to reward a team for doing that, for potentially putting a player into an injury situation.
Yeah, but you got to think of the defensive players too. What Garrett did, I think he got a flag for that before too, and I think Garrett was leading a little higher than Chubb was, and Garrett was like Garrett had control of stopping or doing something else, but Garrett drove him down to the ground. But I think Chubb, what is he supposed to do? He's already like taking him down while he throws it. Is he supposed to fly in the air? He can't do anything about that. So I think refs need to take that into account.
Yeah, you got to really think about it. But it's kind of one of those situations you have to make it on the spot. So I could see. I don't think the refs take the full blame. I could see in this situation. But you're right. We do have too many of these situations at crucial times. If this happened in the first quarter, maybe I don't know. We wouldn't be talking about it as much. But
it did happen in an earlier quarter, same game. With the for the Bears, I think it was Khalil Mack who got flagged.
I think
so.
Who
it was, but it wasn't as impactful as this penalty.
But this one, this is what lost the game for the Broncos.
It was a game changer.
Yeah. What about Atlanta and Philadelphia? That was a good game, actually.
That was a slugfest, in my opinion.
It
became good in the
until
end.
the fourth. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was
I
not
think
too.
Matt Ryan threw 3 picks. Wentz threw 2, I think.
Yeah.
And
but
the Eagles were like depleted to the bottom.
The receivers
bottom
were
of the
injured,
barrel. They were looking for anybody who could catch the ball at that point.
And Nelson Aguilar, he had that wide open look, and he just dropped it. I think he catches that. Eagles win the game. It's over.
I felt like Nelson Aguilar personally had a good game.
He did, but it's
that one drop.
That's the thing. You can have a good game, but it's that one last play that's the defining play. Exactly. What you'll remember from that game is Nelson Aguilar dropping it, and then Julio Jones taking it for a touchdown. Yeah. But that was still an entertaining game. But let's get on to we saw the Jacksonville game and what happened there, and Jalen Ramsey went on the sideline and he got very upset with their head coach. What do you think is gonna happen with Jalen Ramsey?
I think he gets traded. I think the Jaguars. I think he gets traded for cheap too because he's on an expiring contract.
That is true. Yeah.
He's a very loud personality. I think teams are more hesitant to get loud personalities after they've seen what happens with Antonio Brown, who's
of course,
going through. Yeah. So I think Jalen Ramsey, maybe first. They get a first and a player.
They want 2 firsts. That's what's reported.
No, I don't think they're getting 2 firsts, and I don't think Jalen Ramsey is not the type of guy to sit there quietly. I think the sooner they deal him, the better it is for the locker room because Jalen Ramsey is a very vocal guy, and if he sways the locker room with him, the coaching staff could lose the locker room as well.
Yeah, that'd be bad. What about Jamal Adams? So I know this is a little bit of a stretch, but you see that on Instagram he took away the Jets from his bio and then he unfollowed them. Something along those lines.
I was reading reports that said that he never followed them in the first place, and if you look at the bio, I looked at it and he used to have LSU All-American on there too, and after the change he doesn't have that either. I think he's just going for a fresh slate. And looking at the guy Jamal Adams, he is a vocal guy like Jalen Ramsey.
He is, yeah. He's
but
very
I think he's a team first guy in my opinion. He's like Sherman in that regard.
That is true. Yeah.
He's very like I'm gonna go team.
But you saw during the game
he's gonna fight for the team.
You saw during the game he tried making a bunch of hits and he got a couple penalties I believe for unnecessary roughness too. He's the type of guy that he's obviously good on the team. He's gonna rile the team up, but also he can get all these dumb penalties and he's a very emotional player, which is good and bad. But
I think he's a Cam Chancellor type of guy.
But Cam Chancellor I think was a little more quieter. Yeah, exactly.
Not as quiet, but like definitely Cam Chancellor.
Yeah.
Okay. Minkah is another guy if you look at it that just went through the same situation. But his situation was a little different because I could see why he doesn't want to be on the Dolphins, but I think players need to value their teams more.
We're turning into the NBA. That's what Steve Young. I remember yesterday Steve Young was talking about that, saying that the NFL is turning into the NBA. Like, guys complain about their team. It used to be, you're on a bad team. You're gonna you're motivated to make it better. Nowadays, you kind of see guys are linking up. You saw Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. They were on 2 separate teams. Now they're on the same team. And
But I don't think Odell ever requested a trade from the Giants. That's the difference between Odell.
No, there's a lot
Odell
of
left
rumors
it all on the field.
There's a
for
lot
the
of rumors
Giants.
about that too, but I think it's just that the players are becoming now. It's become a super team era, and it's not just. We thought it was just a basketball thing, but I think it's bleeding into other sports now.
I think basketball is diverting away from the super team era, in my opinion.
Well, it started off a lot earlier than the
Yeah.
NFL. Yeah. But it's just the whole concept of linking up together rather than competing against one another and seeing who's better. You now want to join together and rather dominate the league together rather than be competitors and have the league be competitive.
That's why you root for teams like Atlanta, San Francisco. They have a lot of homegrown talent. They grow the players in their house. Even New Orleans, for that matter of fact. I think most of their players are very grown in the system, especially the 49ers in Atlanta. There's some guys you've never heard of that are making plays for the two teams.
That is true.
So I think that should get valued more. And if one of these teams wins the Super Bowls rather than the super teams like New England or...
But I mean, New England's always been kind of a super team, but they've been like the exclusive team, Randy Moss.
But they just got Antonio Brown, so... I think if one of the other teams wins a Super Bowl with their homegrown talent, I think that would be a good change for the league.
Well, yeah, obviously that's how it's kind of been. With the Eagles, we saw that they had a bunch of players that they drafted, and Atlanta, I remember their whole defense. That was the first year of
Deion Jones,
Keanu Neal. Yeah, they were big names.
Desmond Trufant is a homegrown talent.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily bad. Do you think it's good or bad?
I think it's good for some teams, bad for others. Those teams that are super teams, they get a lot of views on their games, but then you have say Jacksonville and Houston playing. Who cares, right?
But that's the thing. I guess Cleveland Browns. I guess you would say that's the most hyped up team, and they're kind of.
It is a super team.
It is a super. Yeah.
Olivier Vernon.
Talent is there. Talent is definitely there.
They have an embarrassment of riches. Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think.
Yeah, they're good, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll just have to see because they've been underperforming, or at least they've been performing less than what we thought they would be, and but they have the talent there definitely. If you look at the rosters and you just compare roster to roster, you would definitely say that the Browns are the best team in the league.
Yeah, I do agree, but that does not always.
Exactly, I think that's the thing with football. It's not different in basketball. You can't just have a couple of guys that are leading the team. You can't just have the star players leading. You need the backup. You need the depth because it's a contact sport. You can have injuries. You're going to have guys substituting in and out a lot more than in basketball.
Yep. So
I don't think we'll completely transition to this whole super team phase because I don't think it's sustainable in the NFL.
Yeah, I do agree.
And especially with the draft process, even teams like Miami, who right now, their roster is depleted. I don't think, there's not a whole lot of names that I think I'll recognize on their roster. But over time, and they have 2 first rounders, I think 2 second rounders now, because they traded with Minkah Fitzpatrick, they got the first from the Steelers. And if the Steelers happen to be bad, if Mason Rudolph doesn't work out, that could be a top pick.
1 and 2.
I don't know about 1 and 2, but
that'd be
it's going to be
sick.
a high.
That'd be pretty sick.
But I think for sure, what do you think? Miami's taking Tua?
Yeah.
Is it tank for Tua?
I don't know. I personally like that guy from LSU. What's his name?
Grant Delpit, the safety?
No,
or?
not the safety, the quarterback.
But Burrow.
Joe Burrows.
Yeah,
he's a very exciting guy.
But I don't think, is he this year? I don't think he's going to be.
He is this year.
Is he this year?
He's a senior.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know Herbert's a big guy that's going to be out.
Herbert,
Jacob Eason from Washington. Yeah.
Fromm is, I think, a underclass. No, I think Fromm is
junior
now.
Yeah, Fromm is good. I think might come out this year.
Yeah, Eason. That's a lot of good quarterbacks, and I don't think a lot of teams need them now.
We got a lot of talent. The running backs too. Yeah. With Jonathan Taylor, he's looking like a Saquon Barkley type of player for Wisconsin. He's kind of reminding me of Melvin Gordon when he was in Wisconsin. And then you have Benjamin from Arizona State. He's not bad. There's just a lot of good. Travis Etienne from Clemson.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, and the receivers, you look at Alabama, they got Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy. Those are 2 first rounders probably they're going to be.
C.D.
Lamb from Oklahoma.
Laviska Shenault from
Colorado.
Yeah.
What about T. Higgins from Clemson?
Yeah,
he's not bad too, yeah.
Clemson has the other guy, Justin Ross, something like that.
Oh, yeah. But I don't think he's this year. I think
he's next year.
Yeah, he's going to be probably the same year as Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he was a freshman last year.
Yeah. So I think him and Trevor Lawrence probably going to come around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this year's draft, people were complaining that it's really defensive. There wasn't a whole lot of offensive talent. What is it? Hollywood Brown was one of the only receivers taken. I think he was the only receiver, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, but I think next year, if you're into offense, it's going to be an interesting draft just in general.
There's some good defensive players.
Yeah, Delpit from LSU, I like him.
Delpit,
He's
Chase Young from Ohio
Ohio,
State.
yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely talent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now do you want to hit them with a new segment, or do you want to do the game predictions first?
Now let's hit him with a new segment. We got 2 new segments. Let's start off with the first one. So the first one we're going to grade the refs. And let's just do the big games. Let's do, obviously, because we're 49ers fans, let's do 49ers.
Prime time.
And let's do the primetime games. We're going to do
Monday
Thursday
night.
night, Monday night, and Sunday night.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start off. So Thursday, that was Carolina and Tampa Bay.
I think that was a pretty fairly officiated game.
So I think how we're gonna So let's go over the bases. How we're gonna grade this? The rubric. C, I think is just gonna be if they did nothing good, nothing bad, really nothing notable, then nothing egregious, nothing like that was a good call by the refs. C, and then A and B obviously is gonna be A's if they did an amazing job, B's if they did a good job, and then D is they did kind of a bad job, and then F is this is like Saints Rams pass interference type job right here. So what do you think it is?
I think it was a C or B even. They didn't make
I'm with you. I think maybe a C plus.
Yeah, they didn't make
give
any.
them a little bit of the.
They didn't make any noticeable faults.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
didn't call some of the things that could have been called, but I think it was a good call to call McCaffrey down on the 4th down.
Yeah, that was Looking back, I think you're right. I think there wasn't enough evidence to say that he was a first down.
McCaffrey's on my fantasy football team and one of my favorite
That was rough.
players. I thought he made it, but looking back at it, I don't think he did.
I like that. Yeah, no. That was a good call. Okay, so let's talk about Sunday night.
Sunday night.
So that was
Eagles Falcons.
Yeah, Eagles Falcons.
I think that was pretty fairly officiated too.
I give it a B. Honestly, I don't think I kind of liked that officiating. There was a couple calls I believe that I liked. There wasn't really anything that I was I thought was concerning or anything.
Yeah, definitely not. I think that was one of the better.
Okay, so Jets Browns.
Jets Browns, I'd say that was a C flat. I think there was some of the unnecessary roughness penalties.
Yeah, so that's I think I would go C minus.
Yeah,
I go C minus for that, and even though I said that I think that the Trevor Siemian play was obviously he was rightfully penalized. I think 15 yards is kind of ridiculous, right?
I don't think he was penalized on that play.
I think he was. I believe
I'm
that.
not sure he was.
Or some Khalil Mack or not Khalil Mack. Myles Garrett.
He got a different penalty.
He did, yeah. He was no. I think he got a couple of those, yeah.
Yeah.
And and then there was also a couple of holding penalties that they were a little questionable. I think they threw him out. So I think that's for that reason I'll give him a C minus. Yeah. What do you think the worst game? What's the worst officiating job this week?
Saints Rams.
Yeah, Saints Rams. Chicago, Denver was pretty bad too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
San Francisco game was pretty fairly officiated.
I'd say the San Francisco game was a C.
B.
You really think? I don't know if I can get. Is there any team that I think I'll give a B? Yeah, I don't know, but I'll say even the Chicago Denver, it wasn't bad officiating. I think it was just the timing of the the call.
No, I think it was the 2 calls they called.
Yeah. It was the timing of it that was just not good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next new segment.
All right, let's do it. So we're gonna do something called I don't know. We've been kind of experimenting this. Maybe it works out. We kind of like it. It sounds kind of fun. But we're gonna do reverse fantasy football. So how it works is just based off how bad the team is. So you don't regular fantasy football. You want yards. You want touchdowns. You want if you have a defense. You want interceptions. You want sacks. We're doing the opposite. If you got the defense, you want to give up touchdowns. You want to be giving up hella yards. You want
a lot of penalties.
You want pancakes. Yeah, you want penalties. And if you're on the offense, you want holding calls. You want fumbles,
false starts, interceptions, lack of touchdowns, shutouts.
Exactly. Yeah, the good stuff. What you watch the game for. So I think we've kind of played rock paper scissors. I think I'm gonna have the first pick. We'll kind of alternate. You get the first pick next time, but we'll snake it. So you have the second and third.
Yeah. Okay.
And then so you have to pick an offense, a defense, and a head coach, and you cannot just choose the Miami Dolphins.
Oh man,
you can't do all 3. Yeah. So for the head coach one, what we're really gonna be going off. Were there any bad calls? Maybe he threw out a challenge flag and he got and like it didn't.
Or his
they lost
team
the timeout.
overall in general.
Yeah, or if it looked like he lost a lot, like a Jalen Ramsey situation where you see the players notably upset. Yeah. Exactly, respect lost. We'll just count that sort of thing, and then negative points would be if it's a win. If the team looks like they like the coach, normal, typical stuff, football stuff. Okay, so with the first pick, this was hard. Obviously, I knew Miami was going to be where I was going to go, but it's a toss-up between the offense and the defense. I'm going with offense. Miami Dolphins offense.
Okay.
First pick.
I like that. Okay.
All right, what's your second pick?
Let's look at the slate of the games.
Yeah, let me just explain it. I think Dallas Cowboys defense is good, and especially with the rumors of Josh Rosen coming in. I don't know if Josh Rosen's much better than Ryan Fitzpatrick, and the receivers they're not really there. Devontae Parker, he just hasn't shown much, and then Kalen Ballage and Kenyon Drake they haven't been good.
I'd go Redskins offense.
Redskins offense
versus the Bears Monday night.
Oh, but I like Terry McLaurin. That's one guy I like.
I do like him too.
And Adrian Peterson's obviously come on.
Scary Terry.
Yeah, Scary Terry.
I think Daniel Jones has a bad outing in his first game, so I'm gonna go. No, I already picked an offense, so let's go defense. I'll go Giants defense against
Giants defense.
I'm going gutsy, and I'm thinking Jameis Winston just dices them up.
Man, if I could take two teams, I'd take Miami defense right now. But no, I can't do that. So let's look at defenses.
I didn't take anybody from Miami.
Well, you can get the next one. I can't take anybody from Miami. I'm gonna go. I will go. Let's see. You can see we're kind of doing this on the spot. I'm gonna go Chiefs defense.
Oh, who are they playing?
They're playing the Ravens. I've seen Lamar Jackson's electric. Chiefs defense isn't good. It's gonna be a lot of points scored. I think they're gonna give up a couple touchdowns. Mm-hmm. We might see a rematch. Remember the Rams Chiefs last year where they got like 40 points each. Yeah. I think we might see another one of those games.
I think
Lamar Jackson has proved that he's not a running back. He's not a receiver. He can throw the ball a little bit.
He's a safety.
He can throw a ball a little bit. Yeah. So I'm hoping he throws a couple touchdowns, and this Chiefs defense is getting too bad. Mm-hmm. All right,
coach.
This is your.
We're
snaking. Yeah, I get the coach. You're absolutely. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The coach that I'm gonna go for. I'm going with Adam Gase. Versus the Patriots.
No, I don't think they get mad at losing to the Patriots. Okay, but that's your.
I think Jamal Adams, if the rumors are true and he's upset or something like that, if they go out and just Tom Brady rips them apart, I think he'll be pissed. I think the whole team. I think I can see Le'Veon Bell be pissed. I can see a couple players. If we see these trade rumors, players getting pissed off and being like, "Hey, I want to get out of here. Luke Falk is not the guy I want throwing the ball to me." Mm-hmm. But hey. We're playing weekly fantasy. This isn't a year-long thing. The next week will come back. So maybe this is not good of a decision.
Okay.
Who's your coach?
Brian Flores, Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, no, that's smart.
I think Minkah just got traded. I think he was one of the better players on that defense. I think he might be a leader, in my opinion. Maybe Xavier Howard.
Yeah.
So I think without that Minkah presence, I think other players are going to start feeling it too. They're going to be more vocal about it. I think no one likes to lose by like 90 points.
You're absolutely right.
If they get smashed, which I think they will by the Cowboys, who are firing on all cylinders right now, it could be a rough night for Mr. Flores.
Yeah, so I guess both you and I are right about that because Miami defense is the one we didn't choose, and Miami defense might be good because Brian Flores is the defensive coach. If he can do one thing right, it's got to be the defense. But they're playing against Dallas, and Dallas is a good team. Zeke Elliott. And Dak Prescott's been playing good. Dak Prescott, I think, is kind of back to his kind of rookie season type of year. He's balling out. So, I don't know. It'll be an interesting one. I think we both got good lineups. Mm-hmm. We'll see next week who wins.
Next week. All right. Now, let's just go real quick on our expert predictions for the week. Titans, Jaguars, who are you taking?
Titans, Jaguars. Jags.
Okay, I'm taking the Jags as well. All right.
I like the Minshew mustache.
Okay, Dolphins, Cowboys.
No, that's a hard one. I think I'm leaning Miami on this one, but I think I'm gonna go Cowboys.
All right, Bengals, Bills.
That's a hard. I'm gonna go Bengals just because I know you're gonna go Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bills. I'm on that bandwagon.
I think Joe Mixon's pissed and he's gonna have a good game.
Maybe with Josh Allen.
Whew. I do like Josh. Yeah, Josh Allen's. I was down on him when he was coming in the draft, but he's proved me wrong.
Yeah, I think Eagles, Lions.
Yeah, it's Eagles.
Yeah, okay. Patriots, Jets.
That's a hard one. Patriots.
This is my upset of the week.
Jets?
I say the Jets
Luke
win.
Falk comes in.
Yeah, Luke Falk. Pick round 6, pick 199. You know who else is round 6, pick 199?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Yes, sir. Luke Falk.
See,
I think that's the pick number if I got it wrong. But I know they're the same pick and same round.
Right now you sound like a genius. I didn't know that statistic. We'll just go with you being right. We'll go with that.
Yeah, but so I think the Patriots, it's going to be a good game. I think both the offenses come out.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell lets them have it.
He was good until the fumble. That's cost us both in our fantasy.
Okay, Falcons Colts.
That's actually interesting. Falcons,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big Matty Ice guy.
I think Brissett just hasn't shown enough. He hasn't taken a step yet.
What do you mean?
Right
now he's on pace for 40 touchdowns in the year.
I don't know. What he's shown to me, he's not the leader yet of the team. I think T.Y. Hilton's kind of been the captain of the offense. But if he could take that step, I could see it. I could see it go both ways.
Reich is a good coach, but I'm a big Matty Ice guy myself.
Yeah, I do like Matty Ice. He's a Philly boy.
Raiders, Vikings.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
Okay, I'm gonna go Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins is he's getting shit on.
He's been bad, man. Kirk Cousins has been ass. That's if you can call any player ass, that's been Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I think Raiders have showed up. They're not obviously with Antonio Brown to be better, but then they've proven that they're not that bad. Mm-hmm. And I think they kept it close that first quarter with the Chiefs. I think the Vikings' offense is significantly worse than the Chiefs. It's just the defense that's gonna be the problem. But if the Raiders can figure something out.
Yeah, I could definitely see
crazier things have happened. That's my upset. You went with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
My upset's the Raiders.
Okay. All right. Ravens, Chiefs. Ravens.
That's gonna be a good game.
I think I want no one to go undefeated this year, and I think the Chiefs, they lose. They're not going undefeated. But then who's gonna stop Baltimore? Guess who? Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo and the Ravens play each other in Week 14, and I think that's when the Ravens lose. All right, okay. Broncos, Packers.
Yeah, Packers.
I was gonna say Broncos, but Aaron Rodgers. So
yeah, you can
for the guy.
And I don't know. Just Denver's gonna be depleted after that.
Defense is very.
I'm just looking at their. They're gonna be coming in there. They're gonna be upset, heads down after that last game. Yeah. Packers. Cardinals. I'm gonna go Panthers. Even though you hear Cam Newton had a boot on.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing, blessing in disguise for the Panthers
because
Will Greer or their other guy, Kyle Allen.
You're really into backups, huh?
Yeah. No, Kyle Allen. No, I saw him. I saw him last year. Kyle Allen playing the last 2 games. I was actually surprised why they took Greer this year. Because Allen was a rookie last year. I think that's his name.
I think they wanted a more mobile guy. I think Will Greer is slightly more mobile. Mm-hmm. He's the.
Yeah, but I think I like the Cards. Kyla is very good.
Kyla. I don't know. I'm not as high on Kyler Murray. He's been bad the first 3 quarters, and then fourth quarter he just turns it on. And he's always I don't know, the last couple games, the last 2 games he's been the fourth maybe mid third quarter, and then but other than that he's been really bad.
Okay, Giants Buccaneers.
Giants. Daniel Jones comes out, gets a dub in his first career start.
I think Jameis proves to everyone why he's the number 1 overall pick this year.
I think Daniel Jones proves he was worth the number 6 overall pick.
Okay.
Saints Seahawks. Right? 6? I think.
Yeah, he is 6.
Yeah, there we go.
Saints Seahawks.
Saints.
Seahawks.
I want to go against the Seahawks.
Me too. As much, there's no one who hates the Seahawks more than me. I've only seen the Niners beat them once.
That is true, yeah.
I think the Saints win. The Seahawks win because...
I think Teddy Bridgewater's going to come on. He's going to prove the haters wrong.
Teddy B. You said I'm a sucker for backups.
Teddy Two Gloves. Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy B is not one of my...
Teddy Two Gloves.
Okay, we'll see. Texans Chargers.
Texans... Oh, that's a hard one. I think that's a toss-up. Texans Chargers. Texans. I think DeAndre Hopkins pissed off that he didn't have that good of a game last week. I think he's going to come back, ball out.
I have Phillip Rivers on my fantasy football team. That's why I'm gonna go Chargers.
I like that. I got DeAndre Hopkins. I just didn't want Boca.
Okay, Steelers 49ers. If you say.
49ers.
Okay, yeah, I go 49ers
yeah.
too.
Even without my bias. Without my bias.
I agree. Okay.
Without Big Ben, come on.
Yeah. LA, Cleveland.
Rams.
Cleveland.
I like Cleveland. I like Baker probably better than I like anybody on the Rams. Mm-hmm. Aaron Donald's a bad man, and the sacks they've been giving up. I think Aaron Donald's gonna feast. He's gonna be at all-you-can-eat buffet. He's gonna be going through right through the Browns O-line.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. Okay, Bears Redskins.
That's a bad game. That's not gonna be that good.
Redskins. I'm serious.
I'm going Bears.
I'm going Redskins.
You just said the Redskins offense was gonna be the worst.
I said Redskins defense. I said. Did I say the Redskins offense? Oh yeah. Okay, then I go Bears. Okay, let's go Bears.
You just picked Redskins offense for the worst team for the.
Okay, no, but I think the Bears offense is non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. They haven't been producing on the offense. The Redskins have a decent defense. It's not bad.
I think the Redskins offense is good. I don't know why you.
Scary Terry is a good player.
Yeah, and I think Adrian Peterson's gonna be.
But I think the Chicago defense is a whole different level.
You're right. That is
But
true.
I think Redskins can't hold it. I think Chicago's way too over. They're not winning more than 6 games this year.
Really?
Yep.
I think Mitch Trubisky puts it together, and he proves the haters wrong.
Yeah, they're not winning.
You're gonna see Mitch, Teddy Two Gloves.
Okay, let's just think about it. They're playing the Vikings, Raiders, Saints, Chargers, Eagles, Rams, Lions, who are losing these.
Chicago.
Yeah. And they're playing Packers again, Cowboys, Chiefs, Vikings. How are you? I don't see.
Mitchapalooza is gonna come in there. Mitch is gonna be donning them up.
Okay, we'll see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are our predictions for this week.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week. As always, football is gonna be. I'm happy football season back. Week 3, it's been fast. Week 1 and week 2 flew by.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you guys Thursday, right? We're gonna have a basketball episode. It's gonna be our first NBA episode. And yeah,
See you guys later. Our newest host, actually.
Yeah, we're gonna bring in a new guest. And yeah, tell us if you like him. We like him a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah,
all right.
He does listen to these, huh? I can't talk crap about it.
Oh man.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Yep.
Peace.